Now, switch to rec mode. No interruptions.
Now give me a beat.
Make music.
And this is my house.
So, here we are.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, for the public, I say sorry for my rusty English. I'm not used to speak so many times English, especially with you.
Yes, first time ever we speak English.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Okay, this is the occasion for me to say in public that I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Because we are making this interview as a professional one, since you are a professional 100%, 500%, and we were just dreaming about it few years ago, no?
True.
So that's why we are saying in public that we are very, very friends. We know each other in the music from the first time. So this is the fact. I mean, a person not so young, okay,
Yes.
not with the two before,
Yes.
not 20, can start a career. And in few years can arrive in an international a career that is an international one, as yours. So we have to celebrate this.
True.
We are doing a lot of time because you have a will, you have a name, and then you are always overtaking it, and it's super.
Thank you.
That's true, but I'm saying also to the people that will watch this that it's possible. You are not Leonardo da Vinci as a female, but you are a person that with a lot of skills, but a method has done it. Now you have to maintain.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm trying to make this interview not for your followers, but for your haters.
Okay.
In the sense that my
So
audience.
they know me. They know already.
No,
who I am.
but yeah, but in the sense that this interview, part of this interview will be in the socials, but also on my social, and my audience is DJs, and DJs don't like the other DJs. In general, the general comment is, oh, she's nice, she's great, but okay. So we are trying to undiscover the real Cristina Lazic, so to make them understand that you are not in this position.
There is no but. There can be.
There is no but, and there is no. You are not here just because you are nice. Okay, but let's start from your comfort zone.
Of course.
And let's speak like, please, let's explain it like it is the first time, because I know that you have been launching your platform Lazic and your mentoring academy, I can say, in the last weeks.
Yes,
but also in the last month, thinking about Lazic. Okay, but now you have an international audience, also because of your music genre. And so let's try to talk about these two great projects, like the first time. So also an Italian that maybe is not following you can understand in a proper way what they are.
Of course. Okay, so first of all, Cristina Lazic, Italian DJ, as you can hear from my accent, like you. First time I speak to you in English, which is quite funny, but interesting. So yeah, my DJ name is sounds Serbian because my husband is Serbian, but I'm 100% Italian, 100% from Milan. And as you mentioned, my career has always been quite international, not only regarding music, but in general as a person. I come from a background of an international career in the corporate world. I used to live in London, and now I've actually moved back to London recently, and I've been working for American companies like Apple and Google many years. I've lived in 4 different cities. I studied in London. I studied also in the US. I lived for a while in Barcelona. So this has made me a very international profile since when I was 18 years old, which is when I left my home here in Milan. I was the first one of the family. I have a older sister and a younger brother, but I was the first one to kind of, the crazy one going abroad, while everyone had always stayed in Milan. So this has always given me this, idea that, I am a citizen of the world. I've always had friends from everywhere. For example, I was sharing a flat during my university years with friends from Pakistan, from Brazil, and from Lithuania. My husband is Serbian. Like, I've always been very international. That's why I've always been projected into the fact that things could be done internationally wise and not locally and in Italy. And in the last years, I have been developing this career of music on the side. So while I was working at Google, during my maternity leave, I started this DJ course, which then turned into me really wanting to do DJing full time. Long story short, last year I left Google and I decided to do music full time. And coming from the world of, a company that gave me the mindset that you can start something, because Google is a company that makes you believe that you can, if you have an idea, you can make it happen. So I had this mindset, and I was like, I come from a career where I know that people can be helped to grow, because the last job I did at Google was working for a program called Grow with Google, which is basically helping companies and people, grow through digital skills. And I was like, I come from this experience. I have all this marketing background. I know how to help people grow. Why don't we bring also that feature that I've developed over the last, almost 10 years from Apple and Google? Why don't I bring it also to music? So I didn't want to be only a DJ. I wanted to be also let's call it entrepreneur, in a sense that I wanted to make available my skills to an industry which I think needed it. Because during the last 4 years since COVID, DJing has boomed. Like, literally everyone wants to be a DJ. There are a lot of female DJs, which didn't used to be the case when I started. I started DJing in 2017, and I was one of the few ones. It was already starting to happen, but there was really a boom with COVID. So when last year I left Google, I was like, well, there is an opportunity to help other DJs, because most of them don't know how to navigate in this jungle of the music industry. And there are so many DJs that it's difficult to stand out. And if I think that one of the things that made me successful as a DJ during the last years was, I hope I also have the technical skills.
Yeah.
And I think I have the musical knowledge, because I've been a raver since when I'm, quite young, since when I moved to London, actually, when I was 18. But then I was like, if there is one thing that has given me that edge, that has allowed me to grow quite fast, it's because I know how to communicate what I do. Mm-hmm. And, this communication doesn't mean to pay for a campaign and have Spotify numbers going. It means to learn how to tell your story and to build your brand so that you can be remembered by people, impress others, and then people will be more keen to collaborate with you, to book you, to follow you, to buy your tickets, buy your music, whatever it is. And so coming from that world, I was like, okay, now that I left Google, what can I do on top of, doing music and traveling as a DJ that will really make me feel accomplished based on what I've learned during the last, almost 10 years in tech. And that was what has become now my own project, Lazic, which in French means la musique. It's a slang word and stands for the music. And it's written the same way as my DJ surname, Lazic. So it was a very nice, game of, words.
So this academy is mainly about communication, self-positioning. Is about
yes,
this mostly?
so it's two things. Lazic is about making artists grow.
Okay.
And it is about making them grow either with a record label or by giving skills, especially marketing and communication skills, to DJs so that they learn how to brand themselves, how to tell a story, and how to make people aware of the fact that they exist, that they make a certain type of music, and also to learn how to market their music. So it's all about helping artists grow with a label and with an academy, which is now a course and a coaching program that will help DJs learn how to communicate.
In a sense, it's advanced level. I mean,
it is not. It's
you
for any
you
kind
are
of
already
DJs.
a DJ. You have already
No,
some
no,
gigs.
it's for all DJs. I actually have a variety of artists that I am either coaching or that have joined the course. You have the bedroom DJs that are looking into ways to kind of start. They don't even have an EPK.
But they have a professional dream.
Most of them are people that have seen my story, that cannot relate to it, that maybe are doing something, something else, and just want to take the leap and do something related to their passion, which is music. Not only my music genre, but generally the world of DJing. Yeah.
So it's not connected to Lazic.
So it can be sometimes connected to Lazic in a sense that some artists are also releasing on my label.
Okay.
Yeah. But I am also coaching, or some students of the course are doing hard techno, drum and bass, like any kind of...
You're not doing a selection?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, but I like to meet first people, especially if I coach them, and see if they have the mindset that will will let the results happen.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now there is a course that you can take online. So you just, buy it and then you can log in whenever you want.
A sort of tutorial
course
already
of
recorded.
8 modules recorded, which are recorded with the co-founder of Lazic Academy, who is Eric Lewis, another DJ, producer, father, and label owner. So we met, he's based in New Jersey, next to New York. So we met in July last year and we filmed all this content. And it's 8 modules, 5 hours approximately of content that you can access whenever you want from anywhere in the world. It's about self-confidence, learning to build a goals plan, learning to brand yourself, to build a story around your profile, and then also some tactics to approach labels or to network. And then if you want to be also entrepreneurial, how you can kick off your event in music or record label. Okay. So it is all about the communication side of things. And I think that you must start with believing in yourself first, because if you don't believe in yourself, you can be understanding or knowing a lot about marketing, but you will never put yourself out there. So the whole structure was based on a mentoring that I've been doing with more than 20 people, more than 20 DJs, since when I left Google, actually. It started during those days. I had some of my colleagues at Google that were reaching out, asking to help them. And then other people, around the world were reaching out. So, just for fun, I was like meeting with them, doing calls and mentoring. And it was always the same topic. Self-confidence, goals planning, branding, etc., etc. So I built this course based on this.
There is a tailor-made
Otherwise,
way.
there is a coaching. If you feel like the course is not enough and you want one-on-one time with me or Eric, the co-founder, then you can book time with us and you can have different formats. You can have just one class, you can have 4 classes, depends. And we meet over time. And I really, really am happy to see that as I was seeing at Google, companies grow by learning digital skills, or people grow by learning digital skills. Now I really see that the people that have been doing the coaching with me are now having their own podcast, their own record label, they're killing it with bookings, they're traveling the world. Like, literally, I've seen a lot of impact, and I'm actually proud to say that the group of people that are part of the community is very, I would say senior, in a sense that it's people with a lot of skills. Maybe they're not, so established as DJs, but the mindset is the mindset of people that want to improve themselves and are willing to invest in artist development, basically. And that's the academy. The label is just a standard label where I'm pushing my own sound. my sound is something that I developed again over the last 3-4 years, actually a bit more, 4-5. It's somewhere between the minimal world, which is my main genre, and what people would call like melodic house. So it's somewhere in between. Very recognizable. Many people are actually sending me my, mixes around and telling me this track is yours at minute whatever. So it's a very recognizable sound. So I know that there are several artists who are making similar sound. So I kind of started, involving them. And now the label has been launched since almost a year. And this way also the artists involved are growing because I kind of give them a platform to release music, and I involve more established artists to remix them, so that of course you create a community that is very legit and very growing together.
Can you tell me something that was unexpected at the beginning and then has happened with Lazic? Maybe somebody coming asking you, please can you publish me, or otherwise something that...
Yeah, one interesting thing. Last year, it was around November of 2023, so Lazic didn't exist yet. I had just created a page on Instagram with 9 images as a placeholder, but I was already kind of telling my followers that I was building this branding around the idea of the moon, which is also the shape of a sea, like Cristina, and I wanted to bring all these story and these elements that are important for me, like the cosmic elements, the planets, the stars, all of these things. I wanted to bring them in the label, and there was nothing else apart from this Instagram with 9 images. And one day, one guy approaches me and he tells me, "Look, I don't know how your label sounds because there was nothing, but I love the branding, so I would like to be involved." So I was like, "You see, so the branding can already happen even if there is no music there yet." So this is one thing that I remember that kind of made me think that, this guy also told me, the brand looks like Apple. I'm not surprised because I come from Apple. So, I wanted to have something iconic, very, of course, minimalistic because that's my genre, but that people would remember. Like, why would people buy an iPhone versus another phone and be willing to pay more than €1,000? Because you have this love for the brand, and you also have the surprise and delight element, that things that you didn't expect make you fall in love with it. So that's what I'm trying to bring also in whatever I do as an artist, whether it is my tracks, my label, my project, and that's what I'm trying to help other artists with, that you can create this connection that will make people, let's call it, buy your product, which in the end is become your fans. Yeah, or believe in you as a, if you are a promoter and want to book.
And this guy was really then involved in...
Yes, actually he was involved.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, that's a great question, because I like when people have a proactive mindset. And that's something that I've seen that most of the people who are involved in my project are. Yeah. They, as I mentioned, want to invest in their development, and they have this proactiveness, which, I'm sorry, but you need nowadays. Nowadays, most DJs are, most artists in general are self-releasing music. Like, it is expected that there are, 150,000 tracks uploaded each day on Spotify. Most of them are definitely not by the 4 major, right? Most of them are by, independent artists or independent labels, which means that you are literally competing with so many people. And so there is a lot of saturation, and if you're not proactive and you expect things to fall from the sky, sorry, but either you're very, very lucky, or it is very unlikely that you're going to be successful. So, yeah.
Okay, I would like to enter in the dark side of the thing.
Yes.
Just to say, okay, you have solved some problems, or you were able to go beyond. Because it's not, everything is not easy. No, you are here.
Nothing is easy. Yeah.
Because when I talk with some customers of mine, first thing, she's nice. The second thing is she's rich.
About me, you mean? Yeah, people think that can think whatever they want.
And I'm always saying, I remember, later I will ask about the key points, the facts that has improved, have changed, going upper in the career. But I remember a time that you were going down, in a sense, to go up. I remember where you were a local, nice, anonymous female DJ in Milan for brands.
Yes.
And you were earning very good cachet, but once you came to me and you told me I'm leaving this field without talking about okay, you were more than 1,000. It was a long time ago, and you went very down to be a DJ in the club.
In clubs, yes.
And you are not printing money at home. Because the
and
fantasy,
I'm not the daughter of who knows whatever.
But, then the great thing for me is that you were not a receptionist in Google. You were a manager. With all the respect for the receptionist, she was very nice when I came to visit you. But anyway, kind, not nice. But what I'm trying to say, that you were very busy at the work, no, a very stressing work, stressing job. You were a mother, okay, so the family is absorbing energies, okay. Yes. Also the worst mother, the family for the first one, family is absorbing energies, but still you were making a good job, but in an easy way, for brands. At that time, it was in fashion, here in Milan, it was easy in a sense.
Quite easy, yes.
Not so difficult, but then you have done the difficult choice. You have left the easy path to go in another one, and losing money. And now it's easy to say, okay, it was the right choice, but I see a lot of people that I know that for me this is one thing that is concrete, that should tell to the other what is your mindset about growing, or should be when you are here and you want to reach Lazic level, to go higher. That at the beginning you have to do this kind of choice.
You need to be prepared to do compromises. I've always done it in my life. Like I went to London when I was 18, and I could have stayed in Milan, having my comfortable life in Milan, where I had a car, Lupo, very small car, nothing. But I could have gone, every weekend to, with my friends from Milan, have a very comfortable life. Went to London, did 2 jobs while I was studying to pay for my expenses. And I was working, Massimo Dutti, and I was taking notes in university for students. Like I was finding ways to survive, And then I came back to Milan. I worked for 3 years, and then I was like, I want to do my master's. How do I pay for my master's? I need to work first and save. So 3 years in Milan, and I saved. Then went back to London, did my master's. And then starting from the beginning, the 3 years of working in Milan, no one cared about them. I had to start again and started as an intern in Apple. And all my, friends of my same age, maybe they were already at better jobs, maybe they had done Bocconi, perfect standard path. While me, I had to restart from the beginning. And then I built my way up until when I got to a nice job at Google. And then, same with leaving the brands type of world. I was like, I'm going to do this because I feel more accomplished to play in clubs. And eventually the brands will call me because I am a name rather than just the girl playing behind the DJ booth for the presence, which is what I've always hated, by the way, because I want people to call me for my skills. So this is happening now. the brands call me because they want to have the Cristina Lazic name affiliated to the brand. And it has happened after a few years, not after 1 month. Last year, I left my job at Google with all the stability that this involves, and it's been a roller coaster, but I think that eventually, as every time I risked anything in my life, with determination and perseverance, eventually is gonna pay off. So it's all about also having the mindset to be prepared to do compromises and feel that you're going down, but then it's gonna take you up eventually, not overnight.
But it's not sure. So it was, a big risk. You took a big risk. Yes, I mean,
and what if music doesn't continue working well, or for any reason I get tired? I can always apply for a job in the office. But I have
to say a personal thing about you. You are not a person like me that crazy may think with no thinking. You think a lot. You plan. You have to be not sure but quite sure. Doing these things, you were taking a risk for you, but you are not the person. Okay, I will take a risk. I will do it. You are a person that has that plan everything, has a strong will. That one of the keys of your success, I think. But you're not the person that lives day by day.
No, and that's one thing on which I'm trying to help other DJs, especially those who are maybe dreaming of leaving their job for DJing.
The others maybe, don't know you. Okay, probably she is one that lives day by day, so she can leave you Google without, in a careless way. It was not a careless
I left Google
moment.
After 7 years that I was doing on the side music, and after I thought that my calendar would be busy enough and my profile would be respected enough to try it and risk it. I would have never left just from one day to the other because I was frustrated with my job and the work environment was toxic. Actually, it was the opposite. Like, my manager from Google was with me in Los Angeles 2 weeks ago, supporting me. So I actually had a great team, very nice job. So I cried when I left Google, but I was like, I feel that this is what is gonna bring me the real happiness, regardless of the financial part. And, it has not been easy financially the last year, but I know that eventually things are gonna come to the right place and I'm on the right track for that. Okay. So it's just about being prepared for it. And if it doesn't happen, I mean, if I struggle in any way financially, I mean, I'm prepared to do the jobs that I was working for Massimo Dutti when I went to London the first time. And well, I remember once, actually tell you this episode, you're gonna enjoy it. I remember I was working in the Regent Street store, and these guys from Milan that I knew came, and I was 19 years old, and they wanted to try the shoes, and I was making them try the shoes, and I could have been with them, doing the Milanese life in Milan if I had stayed there. No, I was making them try the shoes in the shop, and they were there on holidays in the weekend. Me, I was working every weekend in the Regent Street store of Massimo Dutti. Super stressful, by the way. So, I mean, do you feel like in that moment was I feeling, wow, I'm so accomplished? No, but in the end, I think I developed my career and, maybe I've done a path that some people will consider to be a bit, inspirational. I could have done the more standard path.
Of course. Yeah. Okay. Last, the 2024 was a great year.
Yes.
We have a special name for you that we are not revealing in the interview. They start with F. So, what are, okay, you have to maintain, or I know you're always looking ahead, up.
Yes.
What are you looking for?
This year?
Without saying the clubs, but what standard do you want to reach?
So this year,
Which standard?
number one priority is to make the Lazic brand international. To make, now people know that it exists, like especially the big DJs, they support the music. I'm sending manually to them the promo of each release monthly. You know, it's a lot of work, but I know that now the awareness is there. Now I want people to get to know this music, because many people are, knowing more the kind of commercial stuff like a melodic techno or Afro house. And like there is also this genre which is a bit more curated, a bit more underground. I want people to know it. So my priority is to organize showcases and make the brand, a bit present worldwide. That's number one. In matters of goals, I want to continue, keeping the relationships that I built over the last year and the big shows that I've done where I felt I was 100% aligned with the situation, like real music lovers, musical vibes that were my vibes, sound waves, solid grooves, all these kind of things. I would like them to happen again. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then of course I'm aiming at establishing my name even more and potentially improve. Like last year I played at Amnesia Terrace opening, and of course I was the opening slot. Of course I'm still very thankful for that. I dream one day of having a slot that is a bit more central, like Space Miami, same story. I dream of having the slot in the morning, So I know that it's a progress and it's not going to happen overnight. We're talking about years, but I'm hoping that slowly my profile will grow in a way that people will see me fit to be in certain situations. For example, next Friday, I'm going to be in Miami to play at a club which is Floyd, which is part of Space Miami, as an headliner. And last year I was opening Space Miami,
like
So,
okay.
Slowly is like building your career in a company, the same. So I'm hoping that this year is going to be the year where I do this. So I establish further the profile and I gain the respect with my label.
Okay. In the last maybe 3 or 4 years, each 3 months, 4 months, you introduce me one new member of your staff. Mm-hmm. No? The first member of your staff that is, in a sense, was the person I have introduced you, was Sandro, that has learned you to...
Yes. He helped me with production.
About production. Then there were the manager, the agency. Then there are some people in Lazic project, and then in Lazic Mentoring Academy. Now I don't want to talk about the persons, but about the role. Is there a role that has changed, has been the game changer in your career?
There has been, yes. Yeah. It's my manager. Yes. And she's a woman, and I'm very happy to say that she's a woman. Yeah. And she kind of, I say that she fell from the sky for me. I know that just before I said you should not wait for things to fall from the sky, but I think that sometimes they fall after you have done a lot of work and the universe is kind of rewarding you for that. Yeah, because I met her at a wedding, so the situation where normally you don't meet music people, yeah, and we clicked immediately. And I was actually in a situation where I was very lost because I had just left my agency here in Italy. My previous manager, there were some, situations that were not really making me happy, and I had also, got dropped by an agency, international agency, where I really wanted to be. And they actually dropped me saying, you're too small as a DJ. We are not able to sell you. And, no point in working together. And I had left Google 6 months before. So I was like, have I done the wrong choice? And just a couple of days later, I go to this, this wedding, and I meet Grace, my manager. And I tell her the whole story, like being myself. And then she asked me a couple of weeks later to manage me. And she's also managing like a big artist, Loco Dice. So she's, experienced, let's say, and she's very respected. And I like the fact that we're both women, striving to kind of, be respected regardless of, anything that people can say just because you are a woman or whatever they want. And we're really a team together. Mm-hmm. And a lot of things were made possible thanks to her, like asking people to believe in me. I've done, the best I could to show that, if she made a reference, if it was worth it. On the other hand, I've also, worked on launching my profile. We're kind of really working as a team. And now it's funny because a lot of people reach out to me or reach out to her and ask, to be managed. Or, they are asking me, how do you work with Grace? How do you do it? Like they expect, I don't know what's in their head. Many people may generalize and think that, whatever, I'm being helped. No, we're just me and they are literally together, constantly pushing for it.
Okay, let's go on for just 2 questions maybe. Mm-hmm. I see you as the boss of a army. Wow. You have a lot of soldiers, all the people,
but it's a Pacific one.
Of course, it's a metaphorical way of speaking, and she is the horse of Troy that is going ahead, but still you are the boss of this army, but still you have already maybe 10 or more persons really involved in the industry, working with you. Then you are the name in front, but they are, and this is another great result because probably you are able to do all the things you do also because you have a great professional supporter near you.
Yes, and also people that are now become my core team at Lazic, and they really, really helped me a lot, also psychologically.
How many people we are talking about?
So in the label / project, okay, well, for the Lazic Academy, Eric.
Okay.
Yes, co-founder. And then in the label as a record label, there is Francesco, who is the label manager, Antonio, A&R, big love for Antonio. And yes, and then there are also a few other people who are helping me, like, Ruben is the sound engineer. And then there are 2 girls, Elisa and Luna, they help me with contracts and social. And they actually contacted me because they wanted to learn how to operate in this world. And then Phil, who is also helping on the marketing front. So I have and then a lot of people
external or occasional.
Yeah, of course, I have graphic designers, video makers, all of these kind of people. But these is the core team. And then of course in my, as a DJ, I have my manager Grace, and then I have booking agencies, especially in Italy, Spain, and South America.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I have people like you who have been there non-stop, or like Costanza, one of my best friends. Yes. And then my husband, who is really supporting me. And sometimes he gives me the feedback that because I'm a Virgo and I'm a perfectionist, I don't like to hear, but he gives me the feedback that I need to hear. And he's helping me,
And okay, before you were talking about the music industry as a jungle.
Yes.
In my opinion, Grace is doing a super great job because she knows already, like every sector of working sector. The people that stay, maybe the one that makes the lineup in this festival, the persons that makes the lineup in this club, and so on. And she has a name. She has the respect from the other. And so, at what time do you think that is right? It is the right time for a DJ and producer to meet a person like her?
It came to me after 8 years that I was constantly pushing on my music project. I always say the advice, and there is a full module of that on that in the academy, by the way. I always say that you should never think that an agent or a manager at the beginning will let you grow. It all comes from you. You need to do the hard work initially. You need to make music, you need to do the networking, you need to prepare to invest. And by invest, again, I don't mean that you pay the ads and stuff like that. Invest your time. Like I took holidays when I was at Google to go and work for free at IMS for She Said So, and I was tidying the tables, helping organizing the panels, hosting panels myself. I took 3 days of holidays from, my 22 days of holidays and from my family to go and do this, So you need to be prepared to invest, whatever you can, and think that maybe you're not going to get, immediately the return financially, but it's going to come with the reputation and the networking. So you need to do the work. And then eventually the agencies, when they see that you are interesting enough,
they will notice you.
They will suddenly come. Yeah.
Okay, this is very important because also another person that is Davide Alfieri, that is art director of Tantra, and is one of the persons that has changed the old Tantra in the new Tantra, that, according for me, is doing with Rafa a very, very great job. But when I do the courses in Ibiza, is always saying to the attendees, to guys that are coming to listen him, also if you have few followers, be sure that everybody is watching you.
Exactly.
And also if you are so little, everybody knows everything about you.
So true.
Is receiving plans of emails daily about people asking, please let me play, let me be the DJ at your club, in Play and Boss, and so on. He don't have not time, he is not concentrated on this, but like your manager is noticing some DJs, some profiles, he follows them, and he work the stories, where do they play, in which club, which kind of music, and then he write. But it's real. I really agree with you that probably Grace came in the right moment, because it was the right moment in your career, because before maybe
I was mature enough, I was available enough, because otherwise with Google I don't know if I would have been able to do anything.
No, but also from your profile, maybe
absolutely
3 years earlier you were not enough international.
So true. And she told me, right now I like how you're working, I like the commitment, I'm not here to be babysitting DJs, I'm here to work together as a project. And she could see the potential, but she could also see the maturity at which I was, which of course was nothing compared to where I am now already in a year, but still there had been a lot of work done before, and I'd already played at Ibiza, and I'd already, sent so many tracks to Damian Lazarus to release on his label, to be given the chance to play eventually at Ibiza. A lot of work had been done in the background before, and then she came. So my advice, don't think that, you should have immediately the manager or the agency, because it's not gonna be the game changer.
Okay, so we are at the end, but we can say, it's a way of saying, but it's true that you have to work hard in the proper way, and you never have to give up.
100%.
Okay.
Yes, never give up.